What is up guys, Wraec is here with a new video and today with another event completion here in this week in Heroes. I was waiting a little bit because this week is actually Card Clash of Illusion, meaning we do get the cards over the week, and I wanted to make sure that we have an easy time completing the necessary levels. Most likely we will again not get to level 20, and I will have to do this later in the week because level 20 is always a little bit tough to reach. We got the little 20 extra points here, but we still should get some very meaningful progress on a few things. Actually, we do need some Star Soul stuff, so we get that too, and then of course Grimoire. Interestingly enough, we do have a Soul Awakening session live right now, and I want to address that first because this is crazy. So last time I was obviously pushing the Soul Awakening session. I know, it feels like it was a lot longer ago. People are there every single day asking me, Wraec, which hero are you going to use the SSS stone on? I'm always like, well, I wanted to use it on a new hero. And the only hero we got since then was Oscar. Now we are going to get another hero in this month, but obviously we are going to get the normal version. We're going to have to wait for the Transcendence version. So this is going to take some time. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta be patient. And believe me, I have the toughest time here with that because I am also not really a patient person. I think that is something that many whales have in common. I really wanted to throw this thing on Oscar, but at the same time it really wasn't worth it, even though Oscar was a good hero. But I'm fine putting like an S tier on him that I can eventually buy in the auction house. But nonetheless, interesting enough, we got this SSS stone for 66,067 points. You can check that out. I have a video on my channel, Soul Awakening session, full analysis. You can see all the costs and everything. If you care about that, definitely check out that video. The interesting part was when I did it, I obviously prepared for some time. I talked to a few people and I told them, well, I'm going to summon on this one. They were like, Wraec, go for it. I know you're hyper prepared. We still have more copies than we used for the session on this account, by the way. So this is crazy. I could just restock on Contract Starry and just do it again, essentially. But they waited. And now it seems like they went for this session. And if you take a look at this, 66,067 points is what I got my SSS stone for. Check this out. He's at 95k, 67k, 66,948. So top 3, all higher in points than I was. And this maybe isn't even done yet. For Darth Maul, I mean, he can push aggressively. He's an Android guy. But if some of the other guys are from iOS, they have to push a little bit more slowly. They don't have macro. So could be that they will just go for 100k plus, which is crazy. Look at the rest of the points. 63k here for place 4, 60k here at place 5, and then we got 50k. A little bit of distance makes sense. It's like a break point there because you have place 1 obviously for the SSS core, and then up till 5 is for SS core, so still pretty valuable. 50k there, and then down to top 10, and we have 32,000 over here, and this might still be a competition. Look at this, the 31k guy may not even stay there and might go for a little bit higher points. So absolutely crazy. Got Snow over here, Mr. Snow at place 12. He's also debating. I think he said he was also debating on going for it. I don't know. It's a rather expensive session, I guess. So maybe good to just take the A+ core, but this is his decision. A+ core, by the way, can still be very valuable. Just saying. You can just go for something like a Madeline, get yourself a nice speed copy. Some people want to have an S tier, they go for and buy the A+ copies just to soul perfect them. So depending on the copy, you can really fetch some good prizes. We got 30k, 35k, 45k here, something along the lines of that, depending on how close it lands to the S core. And this is really the same. I don't know if we have a Madeline right now in the auction house. We can quickly check if that is the case. Okay, no A+ at least. I was filtering for A+ here. It's always quite interesting if you see those heroes. For some of the others, obviously, it's a little bit lower, depending on how much they are used. But if you just try it on a new hero, and the hero is good, and you use your plus core, you can get some serious money from that. So that is definitely fine. For us, however, today is a very different topic. We have a little bit of a different agenda. It's not much about Soul Awakening session, though we are going to do 100 awakenings. But that is something we're going to do for the Sacred Workshop, because this is again the Sacred Workshop event, meaning we are going to get new hero treasures. And one of those hero treasures is indeed one that I was particularly curious about. I said, guys, there is a high possibility we're going to get AtD treasures and that they are going to be strong. So AtD, a little bit of a weaker hero, but still good enough to actually go ahead and clear some Void Campaign stages. So I was like, if he's not very used a lot, if the age gives him some nice treasures, we might see some big power here. And the other one that we got was HHA, and of course for both we want to check them out fairly quickly. It is in the Weaponry of Valor. The Weaponry of Valor 1 is the one for AtD. It is also the one that you can get for 100 Awakenings. So in theory that would have been very cool if you could do 100 Awakenings, if you maybe saved 100 Awakenings up. If you do them, get yourself those treasures and then have a very nice Void Campaign hero from that. But the question if that is the case is one that we have to kind of dive into in another video. We are going to give a quick summary of those skills today in this video. We're going to do the event completion, we're going to do some summons, but the real review of those skills and like gameplay testing and everything, we have to do this in another video, but I plan to do this week, which hopefully will happen. I don't have the best track record for this, ladies and gentlemen. Difficult. We will see. After releasing active skill, Seth has 80% chance to additionally reduce armor by 30%. It's a theme a little bit for him that he plays around with the armor. We get some extra damage here, essentially a little bit of armor reduction. Not very hyped about this. Goes up to 100% armor reduction though, which is kind of fancy. Just like entirely removing the armor, having this super huge attribute reduction here with the armor, which I think is pretty cool. Armor, I feel like it has been less of a thing though, because we are generally so close to 100% armor break. In a lot of game modes, we are at 100% armor break or above. If you have pretty good star spawns, if you have pretty good treasure train, you are usually fairly close to that, which limits the effect of armor. Armor, by the way, I made a stat explanation video about armor with a real deep dive. So if you want to check that out, that is definitely a video of mine that I would recommend. Got way too little views for the time that I spent on it, which kind of was the reason I didn't really continue this series, because it's so tough to really look at those stats and find out the mechanics, like how much damage does one extra armor really reduce. And that is, I kind of put a lot of time in it and checked it out, and we got the video, so that is very nice, but I didn't really do it for the rest of the stats, I think. Still worth checking out, I reckon. So, kind of mid, I would say. This is basic attack, enemy armor reduction again, and yeah, this is nothing. I'll be honest, guys, this is nothing. So I wouldn't get this. I wouldn't focus on this. Probably even if I got a full set of like the chests that you can get the treasures from, I wouldn't get this one, because it's like, that is pretty bad in my opinion. Then we have this one. When allies' HP is lower than 50% for the first time, restores all allies' HP equal to 4% of their max HP, increase their all damage dealt by 4%, all damage reduction by 4% for 2 rounds, and inflicts 1 layer of revenge, which is basically the stat that lets him deal extra damage on backline enemies. This is the one that you really want. This is the interesting one. Because this will allow him to restore a ton of HP, especially if you upgrade that a little bit more, then it will be 12% of their max HP. Give a very considerable high all damage dealt and all damage reduction buffs on top of the ones that he already has. And we have the backline revenge, which is actually then 1 revenge stack on all of them. And this is like the main scaling for him. This is the main scaling that you want, and that you usually enable him to do with like heroes dying. So what you have right here is you have his ult, does 1200% of damage to the backline, and then you get this Heavenly Chariot, which does 960% of attack damage to all enemies, and for every stack of revenge that becomes 1 more. Sad thing is though, you can only get up to 4 stacks, which is a little bit sad. Should be a bit more, but I really remember that we do a ton of damage with that. So even against like some Void Campaign stages, you can do very well with that. And he has some very nice support abilities, including like Valorous Guardian, which gives 1 of his allies glorious support, which increased their all damage reduction by 40%. So that stacked on top of it, he basically has infinite precision, a decent chunk of crits, so you can scale very well actually into the Imprint infusions here, and you could do the minus crit and very easily get away with that. So that is something that he can do very well, and I think that makes this actually a pretty nice treasure to have, and will definitely support him. The question is if it is enough. We'll have to check that out. Then we have the glorious support one that I just read out. Target's HP is lower than 50% of max HP. Increase all damage reduction provided by glorious support by 5%. This is not a lot, but it brings it from 40% to 45%. And if the target's HP is lower than 30% of max HP, we increase it to 7.5%, so it will be 47.5%. And then when it is on a basic attack or takes damage from active skill, if the target attacker's armor is lower than self, as I said, is a bit of the theme. Additionally, reduces the attacker's control immunity by 10% for 2 rounds. It's kind of fancy. It's not like I think it's great, but it's kind of fancy if you max it out. Target's HP is lower. It's increased by 12%, and then the higher one is 15. So this would bring it to 52 and 55%, which is massive all damage reduction actually. Makes the hero real tanky, and we have a 20% control immunity reduction. So overall, I'm not too sure. I would have imagined a little bit stronger treasures, but it plays well into his theme. We get extra revenge stacks. I think it can work out well. I think the test that we are just going to do is we're just going to kill Light SL with him. I think that's a cool video. Light SL with Asmodel, reviewing the treasures at the same time. I think that is what we're going to do here. And then we have the other ones. Those are the ones for HHA, I think. Where are they? I have to find them first. 5, no. Those. Also no. 3, yes! We found them! So those for the most part were kind of mid. There are some very interesting ones in here. I hate it. I kind of hate it. He's actually a good hero, just fell out of meta. After using active skills, 40% chance to stun targets who have taken damage 3 or more times. If you remember, he shoots like a ton of shots and they hit a ton of heroes, and so it will happen quite often that he hits an enemy 3 times. The bigger question is if the H managed to code that. Goes up to 100% chance. Keep in mind, not a whole lot of control immunity offset, not a whole lot of control preg because he is a warrior, not a mage, so the 40% will have a very low chance to stun actually, while the 100% will be considerably more reliable because you don't really have the control break, as I said, for warriors. You could run him with Rui if that is worth it, that's another question. But you also steal some attack, so that is pretty good. I would say this is a very strong addition. The cool thing about this that I kind of considered is, I kind of show you this if we go into SL, where you can see that we really didn't put much effort towards this. I kind of want to show this right here. So those are the heroes that we can use for this SL. And I mean, if we check out the Transcendence heroes that we have, one thing that is like kind of a thing here, we really don't have a whole lot of CC. It's really not the thing that we have a whole lot of CC. We do have HHA here, we have some CC, we have Perceptual Disorder over here. In some of the DTs a little bit of CC, I guess, but really good CC is something that we did kind of miss, so actually makes him kind of a huge asset for like future SL, I would say. Future SL right here can really profit from the extra stun that we have. The attack steal, yeah, good. I mean, 4% attack steal is not bad. Will definitely help him scale. I really never considered him a damage dealer. Then when the basic attack hits the target is stunned. Okay, combination with the active skill, we obviously see it. If you don't have the other treasures, this one is hilariously bad though. Unless you combine with Wukong. That is combination as well. Deals damage equal to 10% of the max HP. I always hate this. I think it's such a cool idea to just make something hit 10% of the max HP, like without further scaling. Just 10%. But they always cap it at 1500% of the attacker's attack because they don't want this to do good damage in PvE. And I saw some games now where this is different, like a game where I made an advertisement for Marvel Strike Force. They don't do this. If it says it does 10% of their max HP, it does 10% of their max HP, no matter how much HP the enemy has. And it's very interesting because it is one of the mechanics that allows you to clear one specific boss in the game. And this boss was very difficult until they started using those abilities, and then you reduce the enemy max HP by 10%. Obviously, in some situations like Flame Shrine, where they I think put just like infinite HP or something, yeah, it would be a ton of damage. So it's a little bit of a weird one. but I would prefer it if it's different, but I just had to rent this out at this point. And when an ally block successfully, self gains 1 layer of Inspire. When Inspire is back to 8 layers, consumes all of them to grant all allies a shield, equal of 500% attack and elegance. And I love how they don't explain any of this right there. I don't know why they just say, okay, we don't put the treasures here and we don't put the skills next to the treasure, so you really never know. Elegance, increase self all damage reduction by 15%, restore self HP equal to 430% of hyperspace hunter item max attack when elegance ends, or the shield becomes ineffective. Very interesting that we have this here. I wonder if this is going to work. Increase the buff owner's all damage reduction by 15% for 2 rounds when elegance becomes ineffective. So we have another way to grant this actually. Is kind of an interesting treasure, most definitely. So wouldn't say that this is bad. Let's check it out. Let's check out the rest of them. So we had this one, as I said, when Inspire is there, when an ally blocks successfully. Okay, very, very easy. If you have some AoE hits hitting the team, he scales block, they will be at like those 8 blocks within a second. It will take you a second to really complete this. Shield goes up. Wouldn't say this is like super interesting to scale, because you get the same elegance buff. You get either the same requirements. Yeah, 8 blocks, you just get a little bit bigger shield, but you will get shield anyway, so who cares? And then we have this one. This is the crazy one. When self blocks successfully, increases block by 10% for 2 random allies for 2 rounds, which is cool. Block scaling for all allies will help him overall. When allies excluding self block successfully, grants the ally Mechanized Wrath for 2 rounds. Mechanized Wrath skill effect, not stackable, so this can't be purified, this can't be removed by anything. When the owner releases active skills or basic attack next time, which could mean that it just gets removed afterwards, deals extra damage equal to 10% of the target's max HP. Okay, same discussion as before. 40% chance to stun the target for 2 rounds. Keep in mind, this will scale of the control, precision, and CI offset that the hero that has the buff has. So it is not based on HHA's control immunity offset and control precision. It is based on, let's say, if you run Wukong on his one, and he gets this buff, then on his it will be control immunity offset and control precision will be relevant for this. You can upgrade this. 80% chance to stun, which is insane. Pretty great. Also increases the block that you grant with the buffs, and this should scale block quite significantly. When self-block successfully. So you can theory grant this 6 times in a round, which is a lot. And grant extra block 25%, which of course works against the enemy Wraec. And I mean, like, we do have some options to fight this. So if this becomes meta, what you want to do, by the way, a little bit of a trick here at the same time, you just want to go and get yourself a Wraec sigil. So here we have one for Star Expedition, for example. You get just 177% Wraec. You scale that with your natural Wraec. You maybe have some other scaling, and then suddenly you have 300% Wraec. Enemy can't block anymore. So this will never be activated, and you completely counter HHA with this. So a little bit of a trick there. If you want to make sure you count that every time, just go Wraec speed for PvP sigil, and you are fine, honestly. Still makes it one of the most relevant, I would say most relevant treasures we have right now in the game, because we just get so big buffs, we get stun, we get extra damage, and we get it for very little. We just have to block 1 time. So very easy to obtain the buff, and one of the treasures where I would say, okay, I could see some people build teams around that. I'll be honest, HHA, you get a little bit of Taunt, which is insane. People forget the core. If you didn't play at that time, you might not even know, because he wasn't meta for like a very long time. But people used to run rolls like this Taunt immunity here on the TBB that I never rolled away. By the way, I have to check this again. Beautiful roll, by the way. Beautiful roll, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful roll. But they did this just because of this core. Beginning of the battle, reduce enemy precision by 30% for 3 rounds, 100% chance to taunt the 2 enemies with the highest attack for 2 rounds. So this would taunt all of your attackers and would be such a menace, because it would make it only hit HHA, who then would block and grant all your allies shield. So it would be absolutely insane. So definitely, I would say this is one of the treasures you want to look out for. We're going to test both. Probably just going to clear Light SL with Asmodel, and going to just clear the Fortress SL with HHA. I think that would be a rather interesting video. So if you want to check that out, definitely click the subscribe button right now, because a lot of you guys haven't done that yet. We are now going to go ahead, I think, and just going to do some awakenings, because we have to do 100 awakenings, and I already prepared that we can do a quick awakening. We have a free awakening though, which is bad. Let's just do an Oscar, I guess. Oscar free awakening here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we can get. SSS tier incoming. Okay, set. We're going to do this, and then we're going to do card clash. And I yapped for bloody 20 minutes. Is this crazy? Okay, the only thing to counter that now that I yapped for 20 minutes is if you hit that link down in the description, because there is a link for SG Hub, and SG Hub is going to give you the cheapest Starry Gems with the best servers. We got over 1,000 tickets done in the last year, which was absolutely crazy. But you can save a ton of money there. And at the moment, or well, I should say general, we now offer Stripe again. Stripe, easiest payment method. You can go ahead, you can pay with Google Pay, you can pay with credit card, with everything, and get yourself up to 75% discount on your Starry Gems, which is insane, and the best rate for Starry Gems that you are going to get. So definitely recommend that. Check it out right now, and it's the only source of Starry Gems where I guarantee that you won't be scammed. So that is definitely worth something as well. So let's go. We have some IEA copies that I found in my bag. We can go ahead and do some nice awakenings over here. Maybe get ourselves a nice S tier. It only happened really once that I got a very good summon doing those smaller awakenings. We once got an A- TBB. That happened. An A- TBB. I think that was my best summon during like such a video. But if you consider it from a different perspective, well, at the beginning it was a bit better. At the beginning, B- was like big value, and I remember selling B- for 2,000 Starry Gems. So I guess that time we got a little bit more value there. But maybe we get S tier today. Though then again, S tier wouldn't really hype me. We have to get SSS tier so that I'm hyped as well. Consider the whales. I need some hype there, so we need to get the SSS. So I'm not like, okay, I will probably sell this in the auction house later on, but I'm happy right now. I need to get an SSS, so I really want to use it. That would be important. So let's go. The rest of the 100 summons, we're just going to do LFA. We're just going to do LFA, ladies and gentlemen. I got some copies of them, and that is going to be fine. It's going to be quickly. We are already at the last 2 10 bombs here of IEA. Ooh, green. Can we get a red? Ah, no red. B-, okay, not even good. Not even good, but we got another C tier there. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Come on, I want to get an S tier. Ooh, green again, let's go. Green, nice. B- again. They're trolling me, ladies and gentlemen. They're trolling me! Come on. S tier. I want to get the S tier IEA. Ah. Okay, maybe we should lower our expectations. A-. I always see, we have to make fun of it for a second there. I always see those posts on Reddit where some people are, oh, I only got like B- in my 100 summons, and somehow expected to get like an S tier. Which is crazy to me. And then people have to explain, yeah, you usually just don't get an S tier. But how am I supposed to get A-? Spend money or get really lucky. But it's probably not you that is going to get really lucky. You're going to see it on YouTube. Woo! Nice one. B+ attack. Or you're going to see some pleb on Reddit post an SSS tier. And then you can hate in the comments. But in a nice way. In a nice way. Don't really hate. You don't do this. This is bad. Okay, can we get a better copy? The B tier is already like really good. For this amount of summons, getting a B tier I think is like... Is that already like a high roll, getting a B tier? Wait a second. A little bit. A high quality B tier arguably is a high roll for 100 awakenings. Which people wouldn't really consider a high roll though. People really wouldn't consider that a high roll. Because it doesn't feel that way. But it is. So, okay. Those were 100 awakenings, and those grant us the full AtD treasures, actually. So we got like one full set of AtD treasures over here, which is really nice. The rest is spent 300 USD. Yeah, I don't like this event, I'll be honest. I don't like this event. Because it's really just VIP XP. It's just VIP XP. We max out all the free-to-play available points now, and the rest is VIP XP. And you get one set, you get 2 sets of AtD, 2 sets of HHA, which is going to give you 2-star on those treasures if you spend 300 USD on this event. So what we're going to do is, we are going to do that, in fact. Point details, by the way, I didn't look. Okay, enchanted cards should already max it. Usually what I have to do is I have to get like those. So we have to get all of the cards. Oh, funny enough, I haven't talked about this yet. In March right now, we will get another monster. New monster coming up. It's already confirmed. We got it in the preview. They didn't say which monster. I mean, I guess like a lot of people are low-key hoping it's going to be wolf or snake. Some other like Star Expedition usable monster. I don't know. I was kind of hoping to see... But I guess they did this, right? Let's check this out for a second. I mean, they already did Apparition. Apparition was one that I'm waiting for. They did it really well with like the extra CC and everything. So that is really cool. I mean, Deer would be interesting. But I wonder if they could fix Deer. Because that's supposed to be the defensive one. And armor and attack and that stuff, that really doesn't make you like really tanky anymore. I would say not even if they added all damage reduction, it would make you super tanky. So I wonder which mechanic could do that, because it would need to protect you against like LBRM burn or something, which is a bit tough. Or like the energy one. That is, and the fox would be interesting. Tell me your preferred monster down in the comments. Which one should they do next? Oh, wait. We made fun of one. Wasn't the line already ready? So that they had like... I think it was the line that was already done. Because they posted this one picture on the Discord. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the picture. I wanted to show it to you guys. But I think they already posted like the upgraded version of Nemean. So there is a high likelihood it actually is Nemean. Just not the worst one. Granting shields and holy damage could be interesting. We'll see. Yeah, and then we need packs here. And I usually they recommend, oh, wait a bit and maybe buy this one later. And it always ends up with me having to still buy it because it just isn't enough. Didn't I get enough money on Xsola? By the way, those like Xsola coupons. I didn't. Oh, that's bad. That sucks. Okay. Got 100 USD. I have to pay for that, by the way. Some people always assume that I don't have to pay for it. I have to pay for it. I have no connection to the H. None at all. Okay, we got that now. That should suffice for Card Clash of Illusion already. We have to spend 100 USD more to max out the event. Which you can easily do. Usually I would say best way to spend 100 USD is not in-game, but on SG Hub, because there you get the most value. You get 10k Starry Gems for 100 USD, which is crazy. So, well, that is obviously the better deal. But, yeah, I mean, you can't really do anything in here without the money, at least if you want to max it. We got the Moonlight gift here too, so we should definitely collect that. We got the 50 cards right here, so we have a ton of cards actually in our bag on top of a ton of treasures that we have right here. There you can see, yeah, bought at Xsola over here. So don't get it for free, sadly. Have to go to Xsola like everybody else. So we got the 50 cards. Let's see. And Card Clash of Illusion. Smash. Let's go. Let's see where we end. Probably going to be just before 20 here. Just such a bad place to end on. 21. What, did this work out? Oh, we got the 20 this time. I think it's the first video where this happened and I didn't get it like 2 days later or something. So let's get all of the loot. It's double loot. Pretty cool actually. Pretty cool actually that we get the double loot here, because it has 10 stars and 9 stars in there. I love 10 stars and 9 stars. Not because I need them to kind of improve my account, but I just hate building them. If that makes sense, I just hate building them and I want to build heroes. I mean, like, you never really see it, but my account does have a ton of like E5 heroes on it. But I always try to build some more. I want to build some more and build some fancy heroes, like stuff like this. I got like an A+ Michelle, which I don't intend to keep, but I got it. So eventually we're going to do that. Then we have Calculate of Illusion over here, and we got the Moonlight Gift. This should, oh wait, not Moonlight Gift, Starlight Melody. So this should now also be done. Limit has been reached for this session, so this is good, so I don't need to calculate that. We got 6,000 over here, which I think we're just going to go for the orange one. I actually need those this time, because those should include the new ones. Oh wait, those are festival treasures. But orange is still good. Orange is still good. I didn't even see that. Okay, that was a bit of a fail. Those are festival treasures. Why do the chests for festival treasures look the same as the chest for the other one? Fun fact. They do have different ones. So those are the same, but look at this. They do have the ones with like the little symbol in the backs, in the corner, so that you can actually see what it is. So why don't they just use this symbol? So that I can just look at it and understand this and with like one glance at it. I can't like click on every single chest right here and read it, because those are normal ones. Yeah, and then we have two where we can actually get an origin artifact chest. Nice. And we get the orange and the pink box, and I need those still. So this is like pretty nice this time. And then the rest is, I think, like one claim all button click, which I'm so happy that this exists now. We are going to get times 6 too. So this is a question now. To do something, we should buy a pack. The question is which pack? Flora's Picnic? Is this worth it? Is Flora's Picnic worth it for us, or should we buy something else? And we do have to spend 100 USD. This is obviously the best one. It's 10 USD though. So this is 500. So we would have to spend like 90 on top. How much was Flora's Picnic? Flora's Picnic is 100 USD, right? Don't like it. We could get some monster treasures. I think that's not bad. Or we could go and enhance. How long are my cards? 96 days. Very long. Very long, ladies and gentlemen. Very long. Honestly think, let's do it like this. So we buy this, we got this now. Okay, so this is value because we can get all of this stuff. Very nice. Then we go for not the 50 pack, because the 50 pack sucks. 50 pack sucks. We can get the 10 pack. Just wait, this is 20. This is 20. Okay, we just get this 3 times. I think that makes the most sense. Like this. And then we can just get our cards 3 times refreshed. I think this is the best thing that we can do. Oh, wait, not 3 times. Wait, this is 15. So we... Yo, nearly leaked my address. That nearly sucked. Okay, wait, we can do this, and we can get 5 hammers. So let's get 5 hammers. I think that's the coolest thing. Those packs, by the way, they suck. They really suck. I don't know. Horrible. Guess it's for beginners mostly. But, yeah, kinda still sucks. Kinda still sucks, I have to say it. Okay, so now we got this. We got all of the stuff. Privilege card is there. We got Sacred Workshop maxed out, which gives us HHA treasures, so this is cool. The Moonlight Gift for even more monster treasure coupons, and Origin Artifact chest, and all of the other stuff. Let's do this, and I guess we can delete the rest. Okay. And now we are basically set to claim the rest in Starlight Melody, which will then allow us to do the shop. And then we are done, I think. Bloody hell. Okay, let's hit claim all. 60 coins over here, very, very good. 2.4 mil. I like to see that. 825k. This is, by the way, the best event for Spiritual Essence. By far. 825k is a lot. And then we can go into Glorious Treasury. 140 points. Let's see how much we need. Okay, very easy. Our first 90 are here. Then we have 100, so we can get like 4 purchases. We would need 20 coins more. I don't even know if we get those, if we max this out. Which we don't need to. But we can, in theory. Yeah. So still have to roll from the last time we did this. I think we're going to go 50-50 boxes and Stella. Getting all of those purchases here, the cheaper ones. Then we have discount opportunities over here. Where you can see 10, you can get 150k for like 10 points. We just got over 800,000, which is crazy. Just 800,000 here. How much do we need to spend? Okay, 10 more, then we can go into that. And 20 more to go into that. Okay. I think we just go for a few more rolls. I want to get some more rolls. Then we have this, and here we just go for the book. And then we are in there. Okay, now comes the interesting part. What do we need to do? I mean, obviously we either go for red stones or we go for purple stones. We do have a ton of purple stones already. It kind of doesn't show very well on the heroes. Is that an artifact chest, this quick event? Why did it have an artifact chest? Artifact boost. It has scissors. Doesn't have the newer artifacts. Not even the newest 2 artifacts. Didn't even have credit card nor this dodge artifact. Crazy. We do have some over here. Where we have like level 21, so it's like 6 levels on here, which is pretty decent. You get like the full tree down there for the speed. Speed definitely helps if you want to outspeed. And then we have Oscar currently has some. It's level 36. And we are very close to the next one. We already have one there. So we can get some of that definitely too. It's really difficult to see. Like I'm not sure I have it on some other heroes. LFA obviously maxed full level, so like everything, level 40. But if I wanted to go for, do I have some on her? No, she has nothing. I think I put on some on Wukong, didn't I? Yeah, Wukong is level 2, so we can do some more here if we get some of the. If we get some of the red ones. But I don't know if I want to get red ones. I think we just go and get ourselves some of the purple ones and are happy with it. I think that's the smart way, guys. I think that's the smart way. Just focusing more on the purple stuff. And eventually transfer the entire thing from Oscar to Wukong, I guess. And then work on the next hero. Which I don't know yet who we are going to go for. Yeah. I think that's the smart way, guys. So this maxed out, okay. Ah, we can't even get in yet. Okay. Then we get another one here. Okay, treasury. What do we need? This is obviously for the new Star Sword that we are going to go for. It's currently on Oscar, which is just random, I'll be honest. Was no plan behind this. We have not done the quest, which I said in the live stream or in the video that we made about this, that I should do the quest. Haha, so that we can actually upgrade this. Wouldn't that be a blast, guys, if we could upgrade this? This would be nice. Obviously haven't done the quest, and this quest is unskippable, so we have to... Yeah, this is not a fast one. This is takes a day. Sucks, by the way. Really ugly gameplay. So we need one more Star Soul. Oh wait, this is incorrect. It's my PvP team. This is incorrect, so we need one more of these Star Souls. Which is not in here. Crazy, guys! Oh, it's at the bottom. I was just going mad. I was just like, crazy, guys, they don't even give you the new Star Swords anymore on this event. It would make sense a little bit. DH, if you are watching this video, stop listening right now. It would make a little bit of sense. Like, to give the bigger events value. You could actually pull this off. Like, only put the older Star Swords in those events and the newer ones in the big events. That would make sense. Don't tell DH. It will also suck. But it would make sense. Okay, we get a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Guess we need like double this. Do we need more? I don't like getting more. I like getting this. Okay, I think this made the most sense. Even though I'm almost sure we need more of the Destiny Trail materials. I just don't want to get it. So we have max level right here. And we are already out. So we would need a little bit more for the next upgrade. We are now very well set here. We could do the upgrade if we did get the fish. We can still talk about it. Level 13, we would get this one. Once the hero releases Star Soul skills 3 times total, the effect will be triggered after the next action. If self is 50% or more HP, grants self-confidence for 1 round and inflicts inverse confidence to enemies with the lowest HP for 1 round. And the other one is diffusion and inverse diffusion. And obviously we have like a huge video on this. And it's very complicated what happens. And it's a whole book. And you can't explain what happens here to anybody in any different game. Like, other games have effects. Deal 300% attack damage to the closest enemy next to you. And you're like, okay, get this. And for Idle Heroes, you get like a master's degree if you understand the Star Soul. So, crazy work, honestly. But that will be good. It's always good to get the Star Soul burst, so it doesn't require much of a review at that point. But that's nice. Different question is, okay, we should probably just upgrade the Infusion on him, even though we don't need to. We're going to reset it anyway. It's ridiculously expensive to reset this bloody stuff. And it's annoying, by the way, too. They even allowed us to reset it, which is important. But the material that you use for that is this scroll, and it costs, on my account, 480, on your account, 500. Contract story, you can only buy 2, and it has a 1-month cooldown. So every month you can buy 2 of those. And if I wanted to get the infusion materials away from my Oscar, I can either reset just this first part here, which would mean using this, and it costs 1 scroll, or I can reset also the redstone, which would bring it to level 0, but this uses 2 scrolls, so it's like 1000 contract story, and it costs us both the scrolls we will get for this month. So if I take this off now, put it on another hero, that's it for this month, because I only have 2 scrolls. I can't switch it to anything else, no matter the cost. I could just probably regress the entire hero again, which sucks because you need to make all the stones again. It takes you like 20 minutes to build the bloody hero, so it's very, very annoying. But that's actually the second hero that we have with full maxed enables. So maxed enables and full maxed imprints, which is pretty cool. Which is really pretty cool. I mean, the other one that we could go for would be like Interstellar Huntress Patricia. So we could go and upgrade her. We have like the first one, at least pretty soon the second one. It's the question if we want to do that. I'm not too sure about this, guys. I'm not too sure about this. Like at the same time, I'm not too sure which heroes I've even upgraded. I was working obviously on Wukong. Did I? Does it still say here? It doesn't. Okay. It really doesn't help. Okay, I have no idea. I wanted to take it away from SSM. Did I do this? Does he have a skin? Does have a skin. Okay. I didn't, because it's too expensive. So, okay. I still have it probably then on IHP too. So we could upgrade IHP, give her some more PvP power, or do something more interesting. I'm not too sure. Like the part was that I thought, okay, I could take the redstones away from my SSM, put it on something more useful, either on Wukong or like on SQH or something like this. But then it was just too expensive, so I didn't. But I eventually will. I think I will. I'm not too sure on who I will put it on. But I will eventually. So that's going to be a thing. Yes. But that means we are pretty much done, I think. I will have forgotten something. We know it. We all know it. We can show our leaderboard is 1000 plus, which sucks a little bit because we got B stone. I would like to get B plus stone, but it's too expensive. And we will be bound B stone, so we'll give us an S tier again, but we will have to keep it on the account. So that will kind of suck. Awakening privileges, we have that. And we did get the 600 points, so this is pretty good. By the way, what I thought about recently, maybe we'll make a video about this, but flags became useless. Bloody hell, they are useless now. They're really, really bad. Like, not that you can't use them, but I really put no effort towards it anymore. As soon as you have like Grimoire and Treasure Trains, like completely worthless. And you will probably hear a weird sound again. Please don't comment about it. I really tried to not have it active, but my watch mover is again rotating. So we'll probably hear that sound. But we end the video now. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You will click the link in the description, get yourself over to SG Hub. Next video, I will probably announce a giveaway that will happen on SG Hub, so we will definitely want to enter there. And maybe check out the offer. You can get yourself some pretty cheap event there. And hit that subscribe button. Don't forget about this. Don't forget about this. We will do Light SL and we will do Fortress SL with the upgraded HHA and with the upgraded AtD. So that will definitely be a blast and will definitely be pretty cool. And hopefully we'll get to see that either one has very strong treasures. I kind of think HHA is a bit stronger right now, but maybe AtD will be cool too. We don't know yet. It will be interesting. So stay tuned for that. And with that, I wish you a great day. We'll see us in the next one.